right. It is Sunday evening, 7:30ish, which means it is time for another edition in the Man Cave, where we talk Polk County hoops. Number one source, Polk County High School basketball. We are unscripted. We are unrehearsed, and sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not. But in any event, welcome back, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us this evening. Um, we want before we get started, I want to say what's up to the All-State coach. What's going on with you, coach?
Coach, how you doing today?
Hey, man, it's Sunday evening. We are in great shape, ready for another week. Other co-host PG, sure he'll jump in at some point. Had a busy weekend, but we're gonna go ahead and start. So, short of his absence, do you have anything in the coach's corner today, sir?
Yes, sir, I do. Can you be a championship team without a true leader, coach? That's one of your players.
Can you be a championship team without a true leader? I'm sure you could, but I imagine that would be extremely hard because I don't care how great a coach you are, you can't go past them lines. So you gotta have somebody, in my opinion, that the kids respond to and that they respect. Um, because nowadays, coach, it's peer. I don't say peer pressure, but I guess it is peer pressure. But these kids want to be accepted by their peers so much. That's more important than us. We grown, we old, we don't know what we're talking about. And a lot of times they will receive stuff better from their peers than from the grown-ups who have done it and who know what's going on. So I would say, I think, could it be done? Probably so. I would think it would be very hard to do so without leadership that extends past the coach. I don't think the coach can do it all. Coach can do a lot of it, but I don't think he can do it all. I think you got to have some accountability that comes from the peers, from each other, in
So
order
can
for
you
you.
be groomed or you have to be born with it?
I think you born with it, but I think you can teach it. I don't know if it's gonna be as authentic if you teach it though. Because the thing with us, we in education, we in the kid business, and I know Cyrus did. Dr. Clint Wright used to always tell me when I first started in education, he was like it's two groups of people that you can't fool, or two people you can't fool. He said kids and dogs, and they'll smell out, they'll call you out on being fake and phony. They'll embarrass you, and so I think that you can teach it, but I don't know if it's going to be authentic because it has to be natural. And if it's not natural, I don't know if you'll get that same type of buy-in from the people that you're trying to lead. But I think you can teach it, but I think it has to be born. You have to come in the door with it in order for it to mean something or be authentic. Otherwise, I think they'll blow you off. I think they'll just be like, "Oh, coach, he just tripping," Yeah. And I could be wrong on that, but I don't know. Do you think you can teach leadership? I don't know about that one. That's
Um, I think winning cultures or the culture that you create in your program can help groom leaders. For example, um, at Lake Wells, definitely in the '80s, we had great talent, but we wasn't, winning as much. You know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't get over that hump with Bartow. You know what I'm saying? In the major sports in football and basketball. Um, in the '90s, that table kind of turned. And when I came in school, you know, the expectation was winning. The culture was there. Like we didn't know anything else. You know what I'm saying? So when I became a senior, um, only thing I knew was to win. I expected to win. And I just like held everybody to that, you know, to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? So I think it can be groomed in the type of culture that you create, you know, as a program.
So you was born with it, or you was taught?
Me, coach, you talking about me? I think I was born with it. I think I was a natural leader. Um,
So
for
it'd
me,
be different with you though. Like you're
with
saying, when you came up and you kind of assumed that role, but if you was born with it, I
yes,
mean, have you seen where a leadership has been taught for sports now, not like education or business or something like that. I'm saying like from a sports perspective. Have you seen that in the years you've coached?
I've seen attempts being made, but that particular person got to really embrace that role. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes being that leader, as you said, you know what I'm saying, it's the perception with your peers. And a lot of people not afraid to check their peers, coach. That's tough especially when they're wrong, you know what I'm saying, to hold them accountable. But I've seen it. I don't think those leaders have been very effective than the ones that were, just natural leaders. That's
Yeah,
just
I think it may happen, but I just think that it really has to be kind of boring because it has to be. It has to be, I think, authentic. You have to respect the person that's saying what's being said, and you have to respect them not just for the words they saying, but for um, for the energy they bring in, for the example that they've shown that they ain't just talking. You. So I really think that if it's not natural, I just think that kids can sniff that out and they'll just tune it out, especially if things are not going well. If you're going through some stuff, you hadn't been playing well, and you got somebody trying to fire people up or trying to motivate. It's almost like, man, what you talking about? You ain't got no business talking. You know what I'm saying? So I think it can be. I just think it's more authentic if it's if you're born with it. Because like you said, being a leader means that you're going to have to check friends. And I think that's probably the biggest separation in today's teenage society is that everybody want to be friends and nobody want to hurt nobody's feelings. Nobody want to step on nobody's toes. Everybody want to be well liked. So you won't check your teammate. You won't check your friend. You won't check your homeboy because that's your friend, because y'all cool, because that's your homeboy, even though he dead wrong. So I think the whole friendship thing is part of it too. Here's a question from Coach Downer. Coach Billy D, check out the screen.
yes, sir. I'm looking at it now.
What's your take on that?
Uh, I think it has to be both. You know what I'm saying? But people are definitely looking at your actions. You know what I'm saying? One of the poems that we had to learn um, say, I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. You know what I'm saying? So people are watching you. They watch everything that you do. So definitely you got to lead by example, and you have to be prepared and ready when you have to be verbal with it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be versatile. You got to know what your strengths and capabilities are, also your limitations. Sometimes you got to go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate the type of leaders that, just basically sacrifice everybody, just send everybody to the front lines instead of being right there beside me, you know what I'm saying, in the trenches with me. So I think you got to have both qualities.
Can you what's up, Brother Hogan? To Brother Hogan's point, can you lead if you're not showing it? I mean, like in class, we we can't really expect the students to know the content of the material until they've been taught it or they've been at least you know shown it. They've been exposed to it. So by the same token, if you're expecting the kid to be a leader, you have to kind of show them. But even like, is that just like off the court, on the court drills? I mean, because it's a fine line probably with what you showing them and then them doing it. Who the kids responding to? Are they responding to you off of what you showed? Are they responding to that kid that's now trying to assume that leadership role?
Like I said, that can go both ways. Um, but what I have found out from a coaching standpoint, kids are always watching you. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if you're not authentic with it, they sniff it out right away. So therefore, I try to set great examples when I'm in front of my kids um, at all times, and I used to let them know that nobody's above the program, including myself. So my thing is that I'm gonna go to bat for you. I'm gonna show you that. At the same time, I was able to get buy-in from my kids that they'll run through walls for me. But at the same time, when I'm showing them that, sometimes you got to be verbal. Sometimes you have to hold them accountable, and especially if it's one of your best players or even your leader, you got to hold them accountable. They are no different than anyone else, and sometimes you probably have to hold them more accountable than everybody else in order for that ripple effect down to that last man. But I think it's important. I think most championship teams, especially here in Polk County, had one of those type of leaders on the team. And I think that's going to be important for the two football teams that are playing on Friday. Um, you never know what's going to happen. So if things, don't go the way that they, expect, that those leaders are going to have to bring those teams together. But at the same time, going into the holiday break, you and I both know, Coach, you can sink or swim during the holiday break. Your whole season can get derailed, or it can jumpstart you, know, into a great situation coming back in January. And I think having one of those type of leaders on that team, help get you in the right place.
Do you know of a Polk County team that has won state? We're talking just basketball without that type of leader. Has it been done in Polk County? I can't think of a team that's done it. And I know you more kind of versed than me, so that's why I'm asking.
I cannot think of one, Coach. I think every one of them had that one person on that team. Um, Definitely with Bartos. My team, Gasoline. I can't think of one team that did not have that type of leader on their team.
That's what I just thinking that it would be hard. It would be hard to do. But I mean, that's a good one. I just think leadership kind of it's just got to be authentic, or folks gonna shut it down. Um, I don't know, Mr. Kilpatrick. Coach Billy D. See the question in the chat.
Yeah, top 5 counties. I would say Broward,
Broward.
Broward, Dade, Orange. Mm-hmm.
Duval.
Who out of Duval is great this year?
Oh, I
He
thought.
said this year.
Oh, this year. Oh,
Yeah, he said this year.
well,
I have
Polk County in top five. What you mean?
hearing a lot out of Duval.
Oh, Mike said Palm Beach a good one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So you say Broward, Dade, Orange, Palm Beach.
Polk.
But you know what though? Our top 5, 6 schools in Polk, I think we can actually, compete or say that. Like I said, I don't know of any great teams out of Duval this year or Hillsboro that's expect to.
Oh, I forgot about Tampa. What about Pinellas?
No, I'll take Hillsboro over Pinellas. Right.
I take Polk over both Hillsborough and Pinellas.
I agree. Overall, I agree.
That's a good question. We didn't have to expect. PG, welcome to the All State PG, fresh off the red eye.
Off the plane, man.
Yeah, fresh off the plane. That's how we do things. Jump in, go out, kill it, come on back. Congrats to you and the young ladies. Going out west and representing yourself, the organization, their families, Polk County as a whole. We're a grand champion out of Texas, so congrats on that. A little bias on that, and I don't apologize for it. So,
All right.
anybody want to have a comment about it tomorrow? That's fine. We'll take it. So PG, I don't know if you got anything in Tula's take or not, but I always want to give you a chance to if you do.
Team chemistry. Team chemistry. How important is it to build a state championship? Do you have to have team chemistry, or is it based off just talent and coaching? Or how important is team chemistry, Coach Billy D?
Man, it has to be there, Tuma. It has to be there. I mean, you have to build a trust amongst one another. You know what I'm saying? It's like you going to war basically with those people. You going to war with those people, and everybody got to be on the same page. If not, it could be casualty. So team chemistry has to be there. You know, and I always go back to that being created in practice as a culture and everything like that. I have seen a team that did not get along off the court, but when it came to practice, they was able to keep their differences outside those lines and still win the championship.
Bars.
I think team chemistry is important, but can it be done without team chemistry? I think it can be done without team chemistry. If you just got that much more talent than folks, because in order for, and this is me, team's chemistry has to be, you have to expose it, I guess. And if you just got that much talent on people, will it ever be tested to prove that you have it? If you just that much better than people, you could go through a season and not even be an issue. It won't even come up. So I think it's important if it becomes an issue, if that makes sense. So I do think the teams that are our basketball teams this year, I do think that they're going to have some chemistry to get to where they're going, or where they want to go. Football wise, I actually think that both the teams can win this week. And you never even really know if they had, and I hate to say this way, you never even know if they had team chemistry, but they just got so much talent that it may not be a thing where it becomes an issue. If that makes sense. We just so much better than you. If we 20 and 30 points better than everybody, it won't ever become an issue that you get tested to see where that's at. And I may be stepping on some toes. I may be out of pocket on it, but Not saying that those teams don't have team chemistry. I'm just saying it won't ever. It hasn't been tested yet, and I don't know if it's going to get tested on Friday, Saturday. I just think they that much better than the people they playing, and I could be wrong on that, but I don't see either one of them having problems this weekend. So,
Um, I know an example that I saw from this week. Um, when you posted the victory game, and they had 5 players in double digits, and Coach Fitzgerald made a comment saying they starting to trust each other. I think that shows maturity and progress from his team. We so used to looking at their stats, and LJ's going, 30 plus like it's not anything. How scary is that going to be if you have 5 players potentially can put up double digits every game? I think that is going to make them better in the long.
That's the team.
yeah, and we asked a question off the air, and like we said, it may not be a popular opinion, but the less points, since you brought up victory, the less points this is just my take, the less points that LJ scores, the better victory becomes. Um, and that might not be a popular, opinion because once again, everybody love to see him score, but I just think in order for them to get where they're trying to go, they can't just be let's watch the LJ highlight show, which is very tempting to just watch it because there's a lot of highlights coming.
Yeah,
But you gotta have some help, So the fact that they are spreading the minutes around is a great.
but the thing is though, like I said, they'll be more confident and they will help him. But he knows when it's time that he can put that team on his back and give them,
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? But the more they can give him help, consistently, that team is going to continue to get better.
right. So yeah, PG chemistry is important, and the time to be getting it. We're talking basketball. I think the time to be getting it is I don't know, is now. But some people say you just want to make sure you're right by the time. Cause we've talked about Bartow being slow starters in the past. We know Lakeland will have to start slow this year because they not just for the sheer fact they're not playing games. But so do you? To your point, do you want to be have early, or would you rather? As long as we're there by February when it's district time, that's the rest of that stuff don't really matter. It's kind of your take on it.
All depends on what you care about as a coach. Some coaches prepare their season for February. Some coaches, focus on just winning games. And
I
then,
think you always had an end goal in mind.
huh?
I say you got to always have the end goal in mind. But I do know that Toomer said a couple of weeks ago, how important this holiday time is. It's not from, just a basketball standpoint, just from a team bonding standpoint. When you go off on trips, you're able to do stuff like the movies or go to the mall or bowling, some type of team bonding where the kids are in a, I used to take my kids off. So we used to be in a hotel. We used to do, different things. You know, I I used to do different activities so I can, just bond with our team, and it's always, was a great experience for them and for us to be better, not only on the court, but off the court. We always used to talk about, not only basketball, we used to talk about life, and it give us that time in order to do so. But I think those things are important when it comes to being great in February. You know what I'm saying? Because you could win it or lose it during this time right here. I've seen teams totally dismantle after Christmas.
But
And I
why is that not a popular take, Coach? Why is that opinion or that thought process not shared by more people? there's not a lot of people that think that way, Coach, and we know that in the county. A lot of people don't share that mindset.
I think you got to be open to it, Coach. And I think sometimes we get closed minded on things. We have done things, a particular way for so long. We don't want to expand. My thing is that I always used to talk to people not only around here, but across the nation, and just try to be open minded to different things. And I always used to say, you can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. So if you've been doing the same thing, over and over every year, and you keep going home, early every year, something got to change. So I think, coaches need to be open minded. Um,
Open minded and put your pride to the side.
put your pride to the side, coach.
Right.
Kilpatrick is Winhaven. Are they really the number 2 team in the state? They got rankings up that high already.
It may be in Max Preps where they rank the teams. Let me check it right quick.
I would think they number 2 at least in 7A behind Columbus. Coach gonna check it for sure though, but I haven't seen the ranking, but that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because I seen our girls rankings. They had us overall number 8.
Yeah, Winhaven's pretty good. Kilpatrick. I don't know if you. Max Press might have them. He say Max Press. Max Press might have them number 2. I mean, they pretty good. I mean, the only way I would say is I would only say Columbus in 7A would probably be ahead of them. I don't know about overall, but I mean that's pretty accurate. They should be.
I would give them top. I wouldn't give them 2. Kilpatrick. I would say 3 or 4. I think top 5 for sure. I don't think OCP
got them number 40.
Huh?
I said they got them number 40 in the nation.
Congrats on that right there. That's big.
40 in the nation.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, Max Preps.
Shout out to Winhaven. We didn't know that. Breaking news. Winhaven 40 in the nation. That's what's up. But I mean, ask you Patrick about the Boozers. If you ask Toomer, he got an opinion that might be different from me and Coach.
Yeah, they not whooping the Boozers twins.
Yeah, in Florida they have them number 2.
Yeah,
I'm looking at this, the Florida list. That's not very accurate, if you ask me. But they do have them at number 2 in Max Preps.
Number 3.
But they got Columbus number 4.
Oh yeah. Enough said. How you number 4 in the state with number 7 in the country?
Yeah, exactly. And the team that they lost to was number 2 in the nation.
Number 2 in the nation, yeah. So
yeah, that's a different energy.
Max Prep eating some potatoes without no seasoning on it, huh?
Yeah, Max Press, but you gotta take into account Max Press. Everybody does not do what they're supposed to do with Max Press. So Max Press kind of take into account the information that they have in their system with records and all that kind of stuff.
That is trash.
Well, I mean, it's as accurate as people that people supposed to put their stuff in and they don't all the time. So it's like all 3 of us coach a team. After your game, you put your stats in and your score. Coach put his in, and I don't. And so if you look at it, and I'm just speaking from experience, I get up in the morning, I'm looking at Max Preps when folks don't send scores in, and if you ain't posted scores on Max Preps, there's nothing I can do. I can't post what you don't post.
Why don't you coaches do that, Billy D?
Why don't you put your stats in?
Yeah, why don't you coaches put y'all stats in the Max Preps or whatever you need to do to keep the information up to date? Like y'all that busy that y'all can't wake up after the game and put the stats in?
Man, people are that busy, or some people don't think it's important when it actually is.
Like, okay, so I think that's like one thing. I mean, it's all go for different people because coaching, teaching, and all that is I mean, you know what I'm saying. It's a lot on you. But I'm seriously asking that question because like
I don't think a lot of people have, that person, that are keeping accurate,
I,
stats.
I would hire a team. I would have somebody on my team that handles the media and the stats for me. In this era, I would actually have someone, even if it's a intern, a young intern that hopes of being a college coach or going to college to do something. It's too much in place. If a student athlete could run your media, it's just so much you can be missing that you can do that's missing from coaches today. That I mean, I'm not gonna make the excuse for them, but it's just things that could be getting done.
But you know what though, Toomer? You can like upgrade to like Huddle Assist where they actually break the game for you. You know what I'm saying? But some people are not willing to pay that money.
And
Yeah.
just to make it to piggyback on both of you all, when we post stuff on the page, on the site, whatever, we post most time when we post specific stats, we're posting exactly what has been sent to us. So we don't question it. We don't say whether it's legit or that ain't act. If you send it, we post it. Period. And that's that. So I've gotten some messages where, man, ain't nowhere in the world he did this or he did that. I don't know what he did. I'm telling you what. I just don't feel like folks should have to lie about what their kids are doing. So if they send it, I'm taking it as fact and posting it.
Yeah, it's not for us to question.
Yeah, it's not for us to question what you send in. If you send it in, that's what's going up. So, and that's just that on that. But I know I've gotten a couple inquiries about the legitimacy of some of the stats that we posted. We just post what we get sent. But it would be great if everybody used the what's the name? Use the actual Max Preps like it's supposed to, and that's why the Max Preps thing ain't accurate because everybody don't use it the way they're supposed to.
I
Um,
want to give a shout out to McKeel on how they run their social media pages for the kids, man. I think more teams should utilize or look at what they're doing and kind of take that and move forward. I think it's very helpful. It's not very helpful for communication throughout the county, but it's also a plus that the kids actually get recognized the way they do.
yeah,
And it teaches. I don't know who's running the page, and if it's some students that's helping. It just teaches the kids how to do the things that can be done and learn for what they want to do in the future. So hopefully some of the students are actually involved in helping, graphic design, keep up with the stats, etc. But they do a great job.
yeah. And on that note, shout out to 2024 guard Alex Sessoms from McKill. Picked up his first offer today from Garrett College. So
Oh, really?
congrats to Alex.
Congrats.
Yeah. So, good segue. Well, Coach Jameson and Coach Mann, I mean, this ain't like no attack or nothing. It's just, and I know, trust me, I know that stats are time consuming and coaches are, and Coach Abrams said up there, if you win, you ready to post, and if you lose, you don't. And we get all that. And so everybody, it's different with every coach. I'm just, we on the conversation, we're on the topic. So
I don't think it actually has to be the coach though. Like I don't think they understand what I'm saying. Like you got team managers. It's so with technology today and how advanced it is. It's so many different things you can have the kids do that can be a benefit to your program that don't have to be the players. Like these kids love to go to the games. Hey, you get to get all the games free. Following with us. We got an iPad. You keep up with the stats throughout the game. I mean, if I was coaching, I just know that I would have a lot of things in place that would make my organization look 10 times better than everybody else because I'll have all that on point. And I personally do it with my girls. I do it with my girls now. I just share a lot of stuff that keeps them in the spotlight. And I think that these programs can do the same thing using students who take these classes are willing to learn how to do different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it could be a start. It could be just pointing out. Like a lot of coaches probably don't even have not even thought about that. So from this point on, that's an idea that you can get. Hey, let me send a message out starting in 2 weeks after Christmas break that we're looking for a intern to do our stats and keep up with this. I mean, hey, you might have to invest in a $150 to $300 iPad or tablet, but how good could that be to have a kid coming along with you who learns those things and are able to handle it for you?
Okay. All right. Well, we're moving. That's a good topic. That's a good topic. So I saw this earlier this week out in Pennsylvania, or up in Pennsylvania, I guess. And y'all probably saw it already, but since my boy in Pennsylvania, I kind of see Pennsylvania news a little more. Say that they have recently legalized the NIL at the high school level. So you can start getting NIL money in high school. First of all, what do you all think the potential impact of this is? And secondly, do you think it will ever trickle down to Florida?
I think it needs to. We got to keep up with the times. If not, you probably have some kids, especially our elite kids, start leaving the state, play at prep schools or private schools in another state in order to get that NIL money. You know what I'm saying? Why not take advantage of the times? Times are changing. People are out here willing to pay athletes for whatever sponsorship that they're offering. Why not? Especially when you start talking about some of these kids where they're going home to nothing every day. Why not be able to help support your family if you can, if it's legal? State of Pennsylvania has made it legal. It's going to be a trickle down effect from there. It's going to be other states that do it. I just want Florida to be proactive instead of reactive. Why can't we be ahead of the curve?
Okay. It just seems like we always are so far behind with obvious stuff. So, for the sake of these kids, do you think if you get NIL money, does that limit the transfer portal in high school?
No, don't limit it. I think it opens it up more.
Even more?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I can stay at, how you doing high school and get NIL money, what's the point of me going to Powerhouse Pro? I'm saying it on purpose, I'm not saying specific school names because then we'll be we'll be hearing that. So if I'm getting the NIL money where I'm at,
Still
then
want to. I still want to be showcased in front of. I want to play against the best talent. What I'm saying? That money coming in is great, but in order for me to get where I need to be, I need to play against certain people. I need to play in certain events. If my high school is not able to do that, then I need to be somewhere where it is.
okay.
Because I'm looking to increase that NIL money, coach. I'm not satisfied with what I'm getting in high school. So once I go to college, I'll probably be talking about millions in college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm looking to be an entrepreneur at this point. I don't want to.
So the NIL money is going to open up the transfer portal even more.
I think so because I can say that in my program we have these, like for instance, I know UCF has have their own company that works with their athletes to help them get those type of situations.
Isn't that happening, Barnes? When you just said that, I could have swore over the weekend I overheard I think it was either on YouTube or on the radio or something, that Clemson's quarterback is leaving
He is.
somewhere else because of a bigger NIL deal.
Oh, no, I didn't know that's why he was leaving, but I saw he in the portal though.
Yeah.
That's what I heard on the radio. Was like wherever he's going, the NIL money is being offered at a bigger price because he had a good season. He didn't have a bad season, and he's gonna get more money wherever he goes. So kids now is pretty much on that contract, treating that year to year contract situation, and then find the outlet to get more money because technically you only sign a contract for 1 year. Every year you got to re-sign at the colleges.
Yeah. So for the NIL money at the high school level, that money comes straight from a company. Does that money or should that money all go to that kid or should someone go to the athletic department or that program?
What?
Hey man, I'm asking the questions that the coaches and the athletic directors asking, man. This and these people and the soccer team and the golf team and the tennis team asking, man. I'm just asking what folks want to know, man. That's all. Coach, you got your screen on still, so I guess you still here. So what's your? I got one answer. What's your answer?
I mean, coach, man, they coming for that individual kid. If that kid can negotiate where maybe the school can benefit also, but it shouldn't be, I have to give this money to the school or whatever. It shouldn't be that.
Man, I ain't giving no school.
That kid
But the school is the reason. Is the school the reason why you getting the money? Because they're showcasing you, right?
But what if it's not the school? Especially with like 7-on-7 teams, travel ball teams. Say I'm playing on.
You probably getting that money. They ain't got nothing to do with the school.
Mm-hmm.
I would try to get the school a shoe deal.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the school can benefit from me having this contract in place, but
yeah, I'm trying to get the Nike, Adidas shoe deals for the whole entire school, but I ain't gonna give no money.
It's gonna be some moving parts to it. I just
where the athletic is moving now. Like in middle school, I didn't even know how. I just found this out. In middle school, all funds from the gate go into the school board account now. They don't even go to the school. Is they doing that with high school sports now?
No, not where it goes to school board account.
Man,
I was coaching.
Didn't get the money no more.
When I was coaching at Lake Wells, the gate went to the school's athletic budget.
That's what I thought it used to be for middle school sports, and they only got 6 games.
Yeah.
All that money from the gate go to the Polk County athletic department now.
But I wouldn't be surprised because the athletic department is paying for the referees and stuff. It's not coming from the school. So I'm not surprised about that.
Listen, if you charge them $3 and you get 500 people, that's $1,500. It's some of these middle school games, right? You got 2 refs for 2 games. You probably spending $250, $300, $200. Come on, bro. Can't even get basketball. Like I know it's a struggle to get brand new basketball. Now they taking all the money.
I hear you now, but they take the idea that like that profit sharing because at middle school A, their games are packed, but at middle school B, only people there is probably the 2 teams.
Yeah.
And the admin. So.
Interesting. Well, at least they're not doing it at the high school level.
Okay. All right. Well, those couple of topics we want to talk about, a couple things. So we're gonna move on. Girls top five for this week. Girls top five, ladies top five for this week. Number five, we have George Jenkins, 6-2. Four, we have Discovery, 7-1. Three, we got Jordan Christian Prep, 3-1. Two, we got Avon Park, 5-2. And one, we have the Lady Blue Devils from Winter Haven at 4-1.
Who beat y'all? Who beat y'all this year?
Lake Highland Prep, they're number 8 in the
That's a
country.
national ranked team. Yeah, I think that's a national ranked team. That
Okay.
number 5 was Lake Region. You said who was number 5 again, Coach?
Number five was Jenkins.
Okay, congrats to Jenkins.
Yeah, Jenkins made his debut into the rankings.
Yeah, it's tough looking at who they played and their records and everything. I know Avon Park was able to beat JCP and Discovery this week. So shout out to them.
Did they move up in the rankings?
Yeah, we moved in number 2.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? But it's some teams that are surging. I think Lake Gibson is on a 4-game win streak right now. So looking for them to do some good things. I know Kathleen is on the up, so it's gonna be some changing, especially coming out of this holiday break.
Yeah, you always like you always say it'll work itself out because I do think Lake Gibson is the top 5 team, but they had a rough schedule early on.
Yes,
And they'll probably finish in the top 2 or 3.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but you got to be fair. I think it's good how you got it worked out. It's
Okay.
good
Yeah,
job for all the teams that are moving up.
Highlight some of those programs that are doing well right now.
Okay.
That's important. I think that's important that we move into that direction as well. The highlight. I think good job to both of you guys for starting to include the girls into our rankings. That was something big. I thought that you two talked about a lot more than I did, and give us an opportunity. I know some people will say, well, we ain't made it to the top 10 yet, but we got to see 10 teams that are solid in girls basketball to even get there. But at least we're starting somewhere to have a topic of. Well, good job, fellas.
Appreciate it,
I,
brother.
I don't know, I don't want to take credit for things that I don't really play a high role in and don't talk about, but I know you guys have really been over the last month had that conversation about girls basketball. So as a team, I'm saying good job. Like I'm not gonna say I did anything to it other than I'm learning but I feel like you guys are doing a good job. Sometimes we don't like to give credit to our teammates, man.
Appreciate that, Coach.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, we're gonna segue into the boys top 10. Remember, we do the 10 on the show, and then we post the whole thing the next day on the page. So, number 10 this week, record of 5-2. And he gonna be getting the inbox in the morning, probably before the night over with. Lake Region, number 9 at 3-1, Davenport. Number 8 at Sebring, 5-2. Number 7 at 6-2, Jordan Christian Prep. Number 6 at 5-2, Santa Fe. Number 5 at 5-2, Bartow. Number 4 at 5-0, Victory. Number 3 at 6-0, Arbondale. Number 2 at 1-0, Lakeland. And number 1 at 5-0, Winter Haven.
All
So
right.
we will post the whole thing tomorrow, but that is the top 10 for the week. Once again, 1 is Winter Haven, 2 Lakeland, 3 Arbondale, 4 Victory, 5 Bartow, 6 Santa Fe, 7 JCP, 8 Sebring, 9 Davenport, 10 Lake Region. Any thoughts, sir?
I like that. I'm surprised, and I mean, congrats to the Lake Region for the improvement to be a top 10 team. You know, I always from the summer, y'all kept talking about the transfers. I would turn the screen off on them. So it's glad that they proving me wrong from what I'm seeing. Very impressed with JCP being top 7. That's a great job from them. I wish they did play a lot more teams in the county so we can really see exactly where they're at as a team. And you know, congrats. Well, I ain't gonna say congrats because it's well deserving. You know, y'all got Lakeland. Well, we got Lakeland at number 2. We said that they would once they play a game, we would put them in their proper rankings. I know Coach Hen tagged me and Billy D in Polk Hoops last week with the New Jersey situation with the number 1 team in the country was 0-0, and he didn't tell it all that season hadn't even started. So the reason why they were still ranked number 1, New Jersey basketball hadn't even played. The whole state season started like late December compared to what Lakeland was at. Lakeland was choosing not to play at being 0-0 compared to a team like that ranked number 1. So you're gonna call us out, tell it all. Don't just give us half of the information and make us look like we the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? So we said once y'all play a game, boom, you would be ranked number 2. When he say that you would be ranked number 10 or you would be ranked number 25, play a game and we'll give you that proper seating, which y'all did play. Now I don't understand how the schedule I saw had 1 game and then it got changed, which would have been good to see Bree Lakeland. But hey,
You know that
y'all play different blind school.
That New Jersey, they started out with the number 2 team in the nation. They played Duncanville, the team that beat Columbus. That's their first game of the season. Number 1 in the nation.
Ain't running for nobody.
No, not at all.
Corey Tumanay will not be on the pass list at Lakeland High School this year.
Man, I get
Water hospitality room.
Listen, I'm getting in the game the same way I got in the game before.
Oh man.
Coach Hen or Coach Collins or Coach Wilcox. Somebody gonna open that door.
Period. Man, while we talking about tournaments, we want to make sure, and we posted on the page, we want to make sure and send our condolences, our sincere condolences to Bartow Nation, family, community, anybody who's connected to Bartow had a gigantic loss this week from Miss Geraldine Watson. Even if you're not a Bartow person, if you've been anything in Bartow, you know who Miss Watson is. So
the gatekeeper.
Yes.
Thoughts and prayers to everybody in Bartow, man. We praying for y'all's strength. I know that's a huge loss to the program. She meant so much to everybody. So I want to make sure we say that. And we posted on the page. We want to make sure we say it publicly on the air too, live. So
yeah,
that was tough. That was tough, real tough. So, all right. So we've done the top 10 boys. We've done the top 5 girls, and so now we're gonna go into the primetime performance for last week. Kind of to your point about us making sure we expose more people, and also some of the females that are. So a couple girls put in some big performances this week. So starting out with EJ Horton from Bartow. EJ averaged 23 points a game, 7 assists, 3.5 rebounds, 2 steals this week. Bartow, I think it's safe to say they have found a point guard. Like that might have been a question. It might not have been a question for us. I mean, it might have been a question for us. Probably wasn't a question for Bart, so they probably already knew.
At the sophomore?
That's a sophomore, yes, sir.
Yeah, that played last year as a freshman.
Yes,
sir.
So he's developing.
Yeah. Real quick. Last night up in Flagler from Winter Haven Girls, want to shout out to, if I say your name wrong, please, I apologize. Quinaya Sanders had 23 points, 8 steals, 6 rebounds in the win last night for the Lady Blue Devils. I also want to highlight Nehemiah Turner, Marvindale, 27 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists against Jenkins. I know I'm going to say this name wrong, so I apologize in advance. Lorianas Conaron Cruz from Mulberry had 32 points against All Saints. Samari Phelps from Lake Gibson, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 6 steals, 3 blocks, 3 assists against Bartow. Jeremy Nixon, Kathleen, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 charges against Arbondale. And last but not least, Zion Dukes from Lake Wells, 2 games this week. I guess true freshman. I don't know if you say true freshman in high school, but averaged 20 points for the week at 18 against Kathleen and 22 against Sebring. So great start for him to start the year. And last, Billy Hedden from McKeel had a double-double, like 23 and 17 the other night against Vanguard in McKeel's win over on the road in Lake Wells. So those are our primetime performers for the week. We will post those.
McKeel beat Lake Wells. McKeel's win.
One more time.
McKeel beat Lake Wells?
No, Vanguard. Lake Wells Vanguard. Yeah.
McKeel beat Lake Wells Vanguard.
They beat Vanguard, yes, sir. Yeah. So we'll post those athletes, 3 young ladies, 5 young men. So we'll try to, like I told you all, if y'all send it to us, we'll post it and we'll do our part to help it as much as possible.
Who's been the most consistent player in the first 10 games? I know everybody ain't played 10 games, so you can say, I'm just saying, in the first 10 games we looked at, and I know that probably like the 7 is the most. Who's been the most impressive and consistent player that you guys can think of? Win or losses on the team, but so we can give a shout out to that too. I want
based off of the stats that I've seen and some of the video on the girls' side, I would say the Sanders girl from Winter Haven, the Phelps girl, the Hardy girl from Winter Haven, the Phelps girl from Lake Gibson. If I'm girls right off the top, boys, I guess it'll be a couple people. Of course, LJ at Victory, Horton at Bartow's been consistent. Nixon at Kathleen's been consistent. Turner and Max have been consistent at Arbondale. And the Willie Wilson kid from Discover has been, and then a couple kids from Discover, Jordan Christian Prep have been kind of consistent.
I think Sessum's been big.
And Alex too from Alex from McKeel. Alex from McKeel.
If there's been any consistent improvement from a kid, I think Sessom. I
think Alex might be the most improved right now. I mean, it's early. It's very early, but
bro, he done added another dimension to his game because now
he dunking on people now, like in game dunking on people.
And he's
like,
got with it.
Multiple people.
You know what I'm saying? I think we can't forget about Daniel Thompson. He went on a tirade, shooting the basketball for some games.
You know who been playing good though, been consistent that at least this week that we didn't mention, and there's always been a pick in that point, is the kid from Santa Fe, the Munez kid.
Zeke.
Yeah.
Munoz. Yeah.
He's been very consistent. He had some good stats against I think it was like 17 points. I saw him posted early in the week, and then he was the top 2 or 3 scoring in the next game with them.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we give a mention out to that kid as well.
But one thing that I've been noticing, it's been a lot of young kids that's been putting in performances, which lets me know that the county is going to be in good hands over the next couple of years on the girls and boys side. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a good thing because, the Nixon kid a sophomore. The kid from Lake Wells is a freshman. Alex is a junior. It's not a lot of seniors that we're mentioning right now.
Yeah, that kid from Lake Wells a whole problem and a half, Billy D.
Mm-hmm. He tough.
You snagging him? You gonna grab him right early?
We're gonna try. Hopefully.
What about the kid? I know he ain't even in high school yet, but what about the kid at Boone Middle? Shout out to Boone Middle School also for winning back-to-back
Who did Boone beat?
middle school championship. I don't know who they beat, but I just know that footage that we saw that 8th grader.
I know someone put out something. I know he saw a kid and said that he was the best 8th grader that he saw. But that kid at Boone, by far, is the best 8th grader in the county.
Yeah, I took it down and it said one up there.
Oh, okay.
Aunt Bo hit me up and was like, "Where am I getting my stats from?" So I had already got checked at the door. But my kid that plays at Sleeper Hill, he didn't even get to play in the tournament. He got in trouble and got suspended off the team the day before the game. But that kid that we have is pretty good skill wise.
So, Higgins, you seen the kid from Boone? You think the standby kid better than that Boone kid? I ain't seen the standby kid, but if he better than that Boone kid, well, Eric got something coming. Cause
I know. Aunt Bo and Skip them better get their recruiting books out there.
I don't know what
that kid's a whole problem. He about 6'5".
Which one you talking about? Kid from standby or the kid from Boone?
Kid from Boone. He's
Okay.
like 6'5", suited. He can drive. He can do it all, coach.
Where he going to school at?
I don't know. That's gonna be a good question.
You see the kid from standby that Coach Higgins talking about?
I haven't seen that kid yet. I remember standby from last year, but I don't remember anybody standing out.
Hey, we got to get each one teach one a lot of pub and get this young core together, get a little young team, man.
Is that who is that? Where did that
Tony Bradley team?
That kid came from? Where did this kid from Boone come from? Is he?
He's been there. He's been there.
He played with people. He played. He played summer ball. He played travel ball.
He was playing travel ball with some teams out of Osceola. I seen him this summer. I didn't think they were great teams. He's gonna have to get. Hopefully, somebody can give his parents great advice, and he gets with the travel ball team that he needs to in order for him to elevate, who he's playing with. But the travel ball team.
Hey, you read off 27, man. What you mean get the parents? That's your job, bro.
Man, listen, man, you don't beg nobody. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, we'll give them the information that's needed. I think his sister
we know him now.
At Discovery. I think and she can play too.
Oh, so we didn't get a chance. Amber like he don't want him.
So
Coach, we didn't know him, Coach Elmo. We know him now though. We didn't. We'll take that ownership.
That game the other day. I bet you was at that game watching them kids play, huh?
We know him now. We didn't know him. We know him now.
Yeah, but he probably was the best player in middle school last year. Remember they went back to back.
He was better even with Dukes there.
Man, Coach, that kid's a whole problem. I'm telling you, at 6'5", he's a whole problem.
He's 6'5", Coach. You can't coach 6'5".
You can't coach 6'5". You're a whole problem.
Okay, well, I just want to shout out Boone back to back. So that'll be interesting where he end up at.
Yeah, Coach Jameson, his sister does play at Discovery. His sister a problem too.
So the kid the standby kid is 6'6" too.
Ball that.
What you said, being
when you play high school ball at.
Yeah.
Oh, she at Discovery right now, Coach Jameson say.
She won't be there for long.
Okay, she's just stopping by.
I think she's a senior though. I think she's a senior.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Hey, well, games of the week. We actually got some couple games of the week that my guy ain't got to turn the screen off on. So,
here we go.
All right. I'm just gonna throw him out there, man. You can tell me that Monday night, tomorrow night. Look at it, Coach. Look at him. He got his hand on the button already.
Really?
Monday night, Santa Fe at Discovery.
I like Santa Fe.
That's gonna be a very good high scoring game. I think I'm gonna take Discovery because they at home. Discovery probably about 5 points better at home than they is on the road. But both of them gonna shoot a ton of threes. If Santa Fe hitting three, they can beat anybody in the state. Anyway, I'm gonna take.
Hold on, Coach. Stop reaching, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Stop reaching, Coach.
Coach.
Anybody in the county, but you said anybody in the state. Come on, Coach.
Coach, them people average 33s a game, Coach. They shoot 33s a game, bro. If you hit threes, what we talking about? I don't care who you playing, you got a shot. Anyway, I know it's gonna be obligatory to he just be lining up too. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, Coach, who you got? Santa Fe or Discovery?
I got Santa Fe.
If you shoot 32 or average 30 threes a game. Anyway, all right. So you're gonna turn the screen off on this other one, so I'm not gonna say that one. Although it's gonna probably be I'm gonna say it and then you can cut the screen off. So I'm saying Lake Wells and Victory from the standpoint of Rosado versus LJ.
Victor.
I mean, I like Victory, but I think they both. I think
you got a freshman, that being highly talked about against the best scorer, one of the best scorers in the state, and top two players in our county. Both play guard position.
What's the over under that him and Rosado both get 30?
It's the Bobby Hurdy versus Jason Kidd type of conversation.
What's the over under that Rosado and LJ both get 30 tomorrow night?
Rosado, that's the one that Lake Wells kid?
That's Lake Wells guard. Not the freshman, the other one that can score.
Oh, I was gonna say the freshman ain't gonna get 30 against LJ though. Nah.
I don't think I'm gonna get 30.
I'm gonna get 30.
Like I said, Sebastian has a little help with the freshman now, so I don't think both of them getting 30.
The way they play it's possible, I think. All right, Tuesday night. We talked about this one on the show. Well, I guess we could talk about this one now. Sebring at Bartow. That's become a top 10 matchup now.
Ooh. I'm taking Bartow. At Bartow, I'm taking Bartow, but man, that's a good one.
I'm taking Bartow.
Yeah, Bartow they sneak up on people, Cole. They don't want 5 in a row. They sneak up on people. They're just doing what they knew that we knew they were going to do.
It's just typical Bartow.
We getting better. We getting better every game, Coach.
And just imagine,
that's how familiar. That's how we getting better every game, Coach.
He got kids hurt, so just imagine when them kids get back.
That's bragging for McGriff. We're getting better every game.
So
that's what you're gonna get. That's gonna be a good game. I also got this one. We talked about this on the show a couple of weeks ago. They were both on here. Auburndale at Davenport. They play tomorrow.
I like Auburndale. I think Auburndale is playing at that top 2 level, 1-2.
But I was able to see Auburndale play, and Coach, they're playing fast. Coach, they like pressing people, and I think that adds a dimension to their game. Like it, and look like they flying around, look like they having fun with it. They giving people problems, Coach. I really never seen that, from Auburndale, and I think that adds a dimension to them, right now.
Yeah, I think we sleep on Auburndale.
Coach, he think hard on, but I really want to get a shout out because it looks like
if he playing fast, Coach, that's a good thing. And then like Shane saying, him getting the college kid from Jenkins really helped because he can just kind of fit right in. And I guess KK can play more off the ball now. He ain't got to dominate the ball as much. Mm-hmm. So That was a good addition. And he got the Trey kid who's in year 2. So.
When is the Winter Haven Auburndale game?
Is it this week or next week?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
I'm asking. I'm looking now. I think
it was scheduled originally for this week, but I think they changed it.
They changed it. It was supposed to be this week. Yeah. All right. So no, it's this week. I think it's this Thursday.
It is.
I think it's this Thursday.
Where's the game gonna be at Winter Haven?
It's Thursday. Where the game gonna be at? Y'all in the chat. It's the 15th. Yeah, they moved to the 15th for some reason. Where's it gonna be at, Coach Higgins? Is it gonna be Winter Haven or Auburndale? It was supposed to be. Yeah, I got it on here. I got it Thursday. I got it on here Thursday already. All right, so we'll get to it here in a minute. It's at Winter Haven Thursday. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So Wednesday, no games that y'all ain't gonna turn your screen off on. So Thursday, Kathleen at Bartow.
Bartow.
Oh.
Kathleen's just young, man.
Yeah.
Kathleen's young.
Jenkins at Jordan Christian Prep.
Hey, I need my name on that list for the 15th, man. Coach Woods out watching the show. Make sure my name on the list.
I'm gonna take JCP.
Who you said? Jenkins and who?
JCP.
I'm taking Jenkins.
You like Jenkins?
Yeah, I don't think JCP ready to play. No, whoa, wait. Something been going on at Jenkins. They've been suspending players. I'm taking JCP. They've been suspending players out there at Winter Haven. Jenkins, I mean. The other day, we saw the coach saying they had 3 players suspended. And Bartow put that sausage in them.
All right. Game of the week on Thursday. Auburndale at Winter Haven.
I'm taking Winter Haven.
The rival game. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good game. But Winter Haven at home.
Can Polk get a backdrop done, and every game of the week we have it there? People take pictures behind it. Polk for game of the week in the middle.
Yeah, that'd be something. That'd be something to.
Coaches, the Polk staff in.
The coaches work with us on that. So all 3 of us got Winter Haven over Auburndale. We ain't gonna make no friends of Auburndale.
Yeah, it'd be. I still think Winter Haven is 10 to 15 points better than everybody in the county.
You think so? You got Winter Haven by 10 to 15 over Auburndale?
At home by 10. Yeah, I think it'll be at least 10.
I think
if Auburndale playing fast, I don't know about that. They got to know where they playing. I ain't seen them play yet.
Again, it's a rival game. You know what I'm saying? So
that don't mean they can't beat them by 10. You had rival.
What's the keys? What's the keys to that game?
That is. What'd you say, Boris?
Tempo. I know y'all want to say tempo was the key to the game. I just think that turnovers is the key to the game.
I agree with that too.
You like Auburndale, Shane?
Lock in too. You saw it. Lock in. Don't play like you ain't see it. So the key to the game is what now? I didn't hear y'all.
Who
Turnovers.
Turnovers.
For me, turnovers.
But Winter Haven don't press though. Winter Haven kind of you just think that's straight.
You can't turn the ball over in the half court, coach.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. So Winter Haven by 10. That's what Shane said. You got Winter Haven by 10.
I ain't giving 10. I just feel like Winter Haven at home is 10 points better. If the game was in Auburndale, I'd have cut it down to 5. But at home, packed house, KJ playing.
That's going to be a great game. Hopefully they had the same. I don't know if y'all saw I posted on the page the Ridge Haines City game. That atmosphere was like amazing. That was bananas. Hopefully they had the same.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, check it out if you go back and look at not just what was going on the court, but I'm talking about like the crowd, the energy of the crowd was great. So hopefully they'll do that. They'll turn out for that one. All rivalry games. I mean, they should be like that, but sometimes they are, sometimes they ain't. All right.
Rivalry game in Polk County right now. What do we call rivalry? Like Haines City Ridge will be 1.
Auburndale, Winter Haven.
Auburndale and Winter Haven will be 2. Bartow, Winter Haven will be 3.
The number one, if you ask them, rank them, the number one rivalry game I would say basketball wise in Polk County would be Auburndale, Winter Haven.
because I know
Lake Gibson versus Winter Haven and girls. Those are two.
I can go with that. I can go with both of them. Yeah. That Arbordale Winter Haven rivalry, it don't matter. It ain't just basketball. It's whatever they playing, whatever sport
You know
they play.
what? You know what's interesting about? I've never been to that game.
All right, Newt. I've never been either, Coach. I just saw how it was summer league last year because we always were playing the night they were playing. We was playing, so you never had an off night. But I just remember last year summer league at Chain of Lakes when they played. It was. I'm like, if it's like this for a summer league game, I can imagine how it is for like for a regular season game.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Coach Woodside, I need to knock at the back door. I'm coming.
yeah, that's gonna be a good one, as they say. All right, Friday, Jesuit at Bartow. Tampa Jesuit at Bartow.
I'm riding with Bartow at home.
Bartow,
Tampa Jesuit at Bartow, yes, sir.
Bartow at home.
I like Bartow.
Okay.
If anybody else is playing on Jesuit without me even knowing what Jesuit has, just knowing how their offenses run, how they run their offense with that Boston flex, I would say Jesuit would scare me against a lot of Polk kind of teams, but Bartow understands how to defeat that flex system.
Okay. All right. Rockledge at Santa Fe.
Rockledge at Santa Fe?
Yeah.
Don't know enough about Rockledge to say. I mean, I don't think Santa Fe is ready to play against state powerhouses this year. They don't got the same type of team.
Yeah, but state powerhouse.
Yeah, Rockledge ain't the Rockledge that I remember back in the day, so I can't take it from Santa Fe. I would go Santa Fe. I'm going with the county.
Yeah, going with Santa Fe. Just look at Jesuit. Jesuit undefeated.
I don't care. I just think McGriff.
I'm still taking.
Yeah, I think McGriff defensively. I'm just saying the Jesuits that we've seen in the past been that flex offense is hard to defend. Ain't but a couple of coaches in the county I know can be disciplined with that. One is on the screen with his head down, and the other one is Coach McGriff that I would be confident in against that flex offense that they run.
Okay. This is a rivalry game. Davenport at Ridge.
Like Davenport.
Yeah, I like Davenport.
Okay. I got Victor at BDBC, but I don't know who that is, so we ain't gonna pick it because I just wrote BDBC, but I don't know who that team actually is.
Man, y'all boys should be proud of me. I ain't cut the screen off yet.
Right, I'm impressed. And now Saturday, I don't have the schedule right now, but Saturday will be the
Arbordale?
Will be the Arbordale shootout. You may have it, Coach. I don't have it yet.
I don't have it. But
and also Saturday, Winter Haven plays Centennial, California in the City of Palms. So I don't know nothing about Centennial.
You know what though? Let me can I say something about this weekend for Winter Haven, because all we're gonna hear about talking about is Winter Haven if they lose is this and that. I want to give them a shout out for being able to go down there and compete against national teams. Because City of Palms is probably the best tournament in the country, and win or lose, because they might win, they might get blown out. You know, they're playing against the elite of the elite, but let's give a shout out to them for actually being invited to play in the bracket play, the top play bracket.
Yeah.
Before they even play a game, because if they lose, let's say for example, Winter Haven losing by 15 to 20, this team that our fans and audience don't even know about. I don't want to see all that dragging Winter Haven like, oh, this is why they running from playing us, but they got beat by 15 against this team. They're the only team in the county to get invited to play in that bracket play. So as a county, we should be thankful that we actually getting the county's name on the map along with Winter Haven before they even play or who they play. Because they might be playing the top number 3 team in the country, get beat, and nobody would even dig up who they playing. And all they'll care about is, oh, Winter Haven got beat, and drag the name in the dirt compared to saying, good chance of them playing in that tournament.
Well, Miss Jones in the chat, she's saying they playing against the number 1 or 2 team in California and got to commit going to Duke. So they playing
Yeah.
some real people. They ain't playing no play people. To your point, go
I,
ahead, coach.
when I invited, I immediately called Terrence because I know Terrence had been down there, and with that 2010 team, they went 0-5. So I really leaned on Terrence, just for information on how to approach that, because you got to approach that differently, coach. Like I said, you can win or lose your whole entire season according to how you do in this tournament. And our philosophy going into the tournament, we wanted to have a winning record. You know what I'm saying? Because when we was down there, we played the number 2, the number 4, the number 22, 35 team in the nation. You know what I'm saying? So we could have easily went down there ourselves and went 0-5.
How did y'all do?
We went 3-2. We
Did
lost
y'all play in that bracket play?
Yes, we
So
did.
I'm saying y'all, Bartow, and now this Winter Haven team, probably the only 3 teams that ever go down there and play in the bracket play. We've had teams go down, like Lexington went down one year and played in one game, right, coach?
Yeah.
That's how they played in the bracket play. I just want to share that, like, because I know it's coming. For us, we would leave out that they're playing in the bracket play of it compared to going down there and playing. So when they lose, all you want to see is bad stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at the national schedule, and hey, they rank number 40. And rank number 40, they might be playing a number 3 team in the country. That's tough. You can't expect the 40th ranked team to go down there and win every game against top.
Agreed.
But we know it's coming. We know we're going to be talking in group text about if they lose, how much conversation we're going to get that's bad on Winter Haven compared to how much conversation we should be talking about how good it is to see that one of our county teams is playing in a national elite bracket of that play.
It's going to be all about how they play too, Toomer. You can't go down there and lay down. You can't go down.
I ain't saying they're going to lay down. If it's just 1 or 2 in Cali, I think we won. They ranked number 2 in Florida. So I ain't impressed with the Cali thing.
Yeah.
I'm just more so saying that win or lose, if they win, we're gonna hear the negativity of who they ain't playing in the county and they running from people. But soon they lose, we're gonna get the they ain't all what they thought they was, and you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
it's a no-win situation.
It's a no-win situation for them. But let us and the people that follow the show be thankful that we have a top 40 team in the country playing in the number 1 tournament bracket play in the country. Let's acknowledge that and praise that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of the first ones to say I don't think Winter Haven can pull it out in state. It's gonna be a upset city. They're gonna be Duke against UNLV again if it
I'm
happens.
not gonna lie to you, boy. I hope they end up playing Columbus in there just to give us a preview.
Yeah, Columbus gonna be in that play.
That would be awesome.
And I mean, as far as Coach Higgins, you watch the show enough to know that we gave Winter Haven plenty of love for what they went and did up in Illinois. But they're in a tough situation. It's like it's a no-win situation. So to your point, PG, no matter what they do, Arbondale and they got City of Palm. That's a tough week. I don't think nobody else can line up nothing like that in the county. So
and then that's when they go to the Kingdom of the Sun, bro. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. So
hey, listen, I'm gonna be the first one now because everybody gonna call me the hater. And even if Winter Haven go down there and go 1-4, and they play 4 teams that's ranked in the top 25 in the nation, I ain't dropping them down. I ain't knocking them out number 1, not in the county. It's 2 against 1, but they gonna get my vote. Just to let y'all know.
How you already assume it's 2 against 1?
No,
that's what you just said. You just assume it's 2 against 1, boss. You just we take all that into effect. They don't come for us like we the people, bro. We take all that stuff into account, man. Who they playing? So
yeah, I'm putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there early just to check the clock. You know what I'm saying? The clock moving and the clock standing still.
Yeah, man.
It's tough out here, coach. It's tough out here.
Oh, and so my bad. I left off a game for Winter Haven on Tuesday. I got it written down too. Winter Haven go to IMG, play IMG Blue on Tuesday also.
I don't know. Is Blue the best team?
I guess I don't know. I just know they go to IMG on Tuesday. They got Winter Haven at home. I mean Auburn at home on Thursday, and then they go to
Winter Haven can possibly be 1-6 going into Christmas break.
They could easily, but I
Let's
don't think
just understand that all the hype about them winning up in Illinois ain't gonna be too much hype playing this schedule they got coming up. But I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't be traded.
They are legitimately playing that, and that's the thing. We're not gonna get too much, but they bro, they this week, man. They playing IMG, they playing Auburndale, they playing Centennial from California.
They beat Auburndale. That's it.
Say again.
They'll be Auburndale. If IMG is like the IMG the football, Winter Haven ain't ready for that.
So you don't think Winter Haven ready for anything outside the county?
No, I just think that national team like IMG Mount Vernon, they're not gonna beat. No. If they wouldn't be ranked 40 if we were talking that. IMG probably ranked in the top 10.
I said, what's IMG rank? We know that Columbus is 10.
Oh, see, IMG Blue is not the real IMG, so that ain't in the game you need to be talking about. Let me go ahead and do it for y'all. I don't know why they told you to mention that game. Whoever texts you that sent that direct message.
All right. Okay. If we take out IMG Blue,
Yeah.
okay. Coach Smith say they the team that Santa Fe beat the Mosaic last year.
Yeah. Cut the screen off.
So if we if we take off IMG Blue, we leave on Auburndale and Centennial from California. That's still a tough week. But like you said, I mean, regardless of what IMG look like or what Auburndale look like, we know when they go to City Palm, so they getting some high level work in the next 5 games. It's gonna be some high level work. But I guess, like you said, it's rankings. It's according to who you listen to and what your criteria is and what what you're trying to get done. But so those are our games for the week. Like I said, Auburndale, Winter Haven to be game of the week for the county, and this will be and once I get the schedule for Auburndale shootout, I'll post that as well. But the teams that I know that will be playing over there will be Auburndale, of course, Jenkins, Davenport. I think Auburndale plays St. Pete Gibbs. I think that's the only game that I know for sure. Say again?
that should be a good matchup.
That should be a real tough. Gibbs made it to Final Four last year, the White House last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that should be a good one. So once I get the schedule, I'll post it. So, all right, man. Last thing, we kind of touched on it real quick. Is there any way, and then we'll be done, is there any way that Lakeland and Lake Wales do not win this weekend?
I mean, there's always a chance. That's why you play the game.
We know it's a chance, but just keeping it in the book, is there any way that Lakeland and Lake Wales do not win this weekend down in Fort Lauderdale?
Riding with the orange and black this week, Coach.
All room for all orange and black this weekend, Coach.
Yeah, we 10 toes in with both teams. And
we were talking earlier about it. That's why I got on all black.
That's what it is. Okay.
I ain't got no orange, but I'm rooting for the orange and black. So
next week we orange and black on the show where both of them win. We can show love.
Yeah, I wish I had a shirt, but I wish I had a shirt for both of them. I'll go 30 minutes on each.
I don't know if I got a Lakeland shirt still or not. I gave all my stuff to Coach Hen, but good luck to both those teams, man. Both young men, y'all got a chance to do something great, something you probably grew up wanting to do, man. So very excited for both teams, Lakeland and Lake Wales, both. I just don't think either one of them teams they playing don't have the talent to be able to beat them people. And both of them well coached, so they got talent and they're well coached. So as long as they don't have to get into the quote unquote chemistry, which I don't think for Lakeland. I'm not sure about Lake Wales chemistry, but I know Lakeland chemistry could be a concern if it got to that point. I just don't think it's going to get to that point. So I think both of them win by 2 touchdowns each. That's my take.
Awesome.
All right. Well, this is the last week of 2022 in the school system. So hopefully this is the end of the semester. So hopefully we don't lose any student athletes, because you've been stunting in the classroom all year and in the hallways, and now you want to run and see what you can do. Hopefully you've been handling your business and you are an asset to your team and not a liability. But please finish strong in the classroom, because without the classroom, the court don't matter. So any last words, fellas, before we jump off for the week?
Yeah, I got 2 things, Coach.
Yeah,
I'll be live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina next week. We take the girls out there for a tournament. So the girls will start on Monday for the tournament in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Last thing I want to say before we leave out is that remember when we put out like player rankings and we get bashed for, maybe not having a certain kid or, we tried them on a certain ranking. But I want those people and those kids to notice that when these people sending in stats, a lot of y'all names are not on there. So it's either things are accurate or, maybe we need to reevaluate some things. So I just want them to know that we are taking notice about who names is getting sitting in with these stats. You know what I'm saying? We also checking. So please, before y'all bash us about some of these rankings, some people got to hold up on their end.
Oh yeah, these coaches terrible. I see it. I know y'all kind of these coaches terrible with turning in stats, and then if their fans get mad at us. But that's a great point that you brought that out, especially with the ranking. Even the kids getting ranked, like you said, the coaches don't turn in nothing. That's why I mentioned that early in the show, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they definitely put us, because we sizing y'all and
we get
yeah.
yelled at, and we can't really say, hey, the coaches ain't turning the stats in, because when they go to the coaches still blame us, and back door blame us still, like we ain't, and they ain't doing their job.
Yeah.
But it's cool, some of the coaches don't even support what we're doing because I turn out the screen and they got sausages put in them. You understand it? I'm part of the thing.
Hey man, like if you're getting that sausage put in you, I mean,
Part of the blame, man.
What's the goal, man? I remember one time somebody said, a coach, and I won't say the coach name, man. He was coaching, and he was coaching his kids, talking about some. He was like, man, we gotta pick it up. We can't get no sausage put in. He talking about the kids looking like, what, coach? He talking about, don't worry about it, man. We just gotta pick it.
Hey, pass the pick. I keep.
Boy, I say we can't get those sausages, man. I can't be on Sunday night getting called out for the sausage putters, man. Oh man, that was funny.
Hey, Billy D, what excuses are?
Tools of incompetence that build monuments or nothing. You already know, bro.
Yeah, we just let Pastor Pickett know that. He's talking about dreadnought basketball in full effect in the upcoming weeks.
Oh man, dreadnoughts, boy, they
I guess we supposed to wait on their foot. We supposed to wait on them, huh?
They the most passionate fans in the county. Coach Pickett, man, rock with you, man, and respect what you got to say. We respect.
But the Dreadnoughts is number 2. Let's be clear. Like we all agree that Lakeland is number 2.
They are back in the ranking, so hopefully we will get off of that.
Hopefully, Coach Smith don't tag us all about the rankings again. He on him. He probably went on earlier when I went in on him, but hopefully he don't tag us about the rankings.
Yeah. So man, as y'all finish up this week, we got a lot of good games this week on the court. Do your job in the classroom, and if you ain't got no team this weekend and you're able to do it, I'm sure those guys down south Friday at 1:00, Lake Wells plays in Fort Lauderdale, and then Saturday at 1:00. I hate them 1:00 game times, but I mean it is what it is. Saturday 1:00, Lakeland plays. They both are playing for state championships in football. which is an awesome feat that they even there, both undefeated. And so y'all do a great job like you already have done and finish the deal. So, all right, man. Well, that's all we got this week. We'll be back next week to talk a little more Polk hoops, a lot more Polk County basketball, man. Y'all, once again, y'all continue to send the stuff in, and we'll post it as you all see. If you send it, we'll post it. We don't judge. We don't try to edit nothing. Whatever you send, we gonna post as long as it'll fit. As long as it'll fit on the screen. And Twitter, you got to be a little more creative with Twitter, but I just copy and paste whatever you send from Facebook. Because Facebook a little more lenient. So appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. As always, y'all enjoy your last week. Students, y'all finish the deal in the classroom, man. Don't let your teammates down. All right. Until next time. Till next week. Polk Hoops, we out, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all all be safe this week, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Definitely appreciate it.